Okay, so hit a small technical problem. I don't get out much in the middle of the day because I'm a redhead. I think it's only in the 90s right now, but apparently it was too hot for my iPhone, which overheated. So let's see if I can get this about in the same view it was in before. I got these on, they look killer. A little embarrassed by this, but I thought I had an Allen key that fit the kingpin bolts, and I don't. So I'm going to try and make do with them where they are. But I have a tool coming in the next few days, hopefully. So I'll give them a try and showcase them for you, and then I'll come back and talk about my impressions. So thanks for bearing with me. This is part 2 of 2, assuming my phone doesn't overheat again. Alright, so a couple things. As you can see, they're pretty loose, but looser than I like to ride, and I like pretty loose trucks. But a couple of first impressions. First thing is the turn. I think I'm really going to like the way these turn. They definitely seem more turny more surfy than Thunders. They're much more like Indies, at least how I remember Indies. The last Indies I had were stage 7, I think. But definitely a nicer turn. Since they're so loose, one benefit is I can test out these sleeved bushings, and I can tell you, even if you like your trucks super loose and you like a super amount of lean into your turns, from what I can see so far, these bushings aren't lacking anything. If anything, they're very soft. They definitely have a smooth movement in and out of the turn. I don't feel like I'm getting hung up anywhere. I'm not really noticing the squeakiness that Ben talked about. Let me see here. Try and listen for it. Okay, yeah, I can hear it, but it's not really. Maybe his hearing's better than mine. It's hot, and I'm having a little trouble getting used to these since they're so loose, but they feel like they might be a little easier to get into the manual point. One of the issues I had with Thunders, at least on this setup, maybe on a different board with different specs, I would feel differently, but I had trouble with the Thunders getting into my manual point. It seemed like a very narrow place where you could kind of get into that balance point. These feel like they're going to have a little bit more of it, but my manuals are just a little off today, and I'm trying to hurry before my phone overheats. So I guess I'll do a follow-up video where I report on that a little more, and maybe once I'm used to them and get them adjusted properly, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. One thing that's cool that I wasn't able to do as much with the Thunders is I was able to tighten these using the washers, and I have bearing spacers in, as you probably know from my other video. I was able to tighten the wheels down all the way, and they still spin well. So that's cool, because it just makes for a tight sounding setup with no rattle. So there you go. We all have our foibles, I guess. Ben hates squeaky pivot cups, and I hate rattly boards. What can I say? Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Do a little bit more skating before I go, and I'll see how long this runs before it overheats. But generally pretty pleased with the Grind King trucks, and looking forward to getting them on my 8.5-inch deck that's coming in next week. So look for more on that. I'll probably do a setup video on that. But yeah, normally I think when you buy these, they come with a little Allen wrench, and I bought these on Amazon and they didn't come with the Allen wrench, and I didn't think about it at the time because I thought, well, I have like a million Allen wrenches in standard and metric, something has to fit, and nothing did. It's too big for a 5mm, too small for a 6mm, and the biggest standard one I have is close but doesn't fit. So Grind King tool on the way. That's their 6-in-1 tool, which adjusts pretty much everything you need for mounting trucks and wheels. And yeah, anyway, I'm done gabbing. I'm gonna skate a little more, and I'll dig you cats later. yeah, definitely a little easier to get into manuals on these, even with them all loosey-goosey. So thanks for checking out my video, guys. If you like my content, I know it's not as brilliantly edited as most of what you find on YouTube. I still have to find and learn some good software, but hopefully it helped you a little bit. If you're considering these Grind King Disruptors, I would give them a try. Fantastic trucks, great turn. I haven't ground them yet because I'm waiting until I debut my new setup, but I don't have any doubt they'll grind well. From what Ben said, they have a particularly nice grind. So that's it. Like and subscribe, and come back and check me out again. There will be more to come. Later.